Denise, you're going away on yet another business trip again today, aren't you, young lady? Good grief. To think you're still up to your old tricks after being married to my son for 12 whole years. When will you finally accept your place and stay home to do the cooking and cleaning? This again? Really? You message me with the same stuff at the same time every day on my lunch break. Could you please stop? I can't even enjoy my break properly because I spend all my time replying to your complaints. You live next door to me and Mike, so presumably this could wait until I get off work and actually have time to speak to you. I'm gonna have my work cut out for me this afternoon since one of the girls rang in sick today, so I'd really appreciate it if you could hold off on this for a little while. Like I've told you countless times, Missy, you need to quit that job at once. Where did this silly idea that women need to work come from in the first place? I find it seriously hard to believe you make much money. I doubt your coworkers would even notice if you disappeared. Come on, dear, do the right thing and quit, won't you? The world will keep spinning and your company will be just fine without you. Besides, more importantly, I know full well the reason you still haven't provided me with grandchildren is because you're too damn obsessed with that job. You're 30 now, Denise, and your healthy childbearing years are rapidly disappearing. Hurry up and produce children, woman. That's why you need to quit your job, for the good of this family and the continuance of my bloodline. I understand what you're saying, Marjorie, but you need to understand that if I were to quit this job, me and Mike wouldn't be able to get by anymore. The days of being able to run a household on one salary are long gone. Things are too uncertain for us to think about having kids right now, and even if I could afford to quit my job, it's not that simple. They'd have to find replacements and train them up before they even considered letting me go. Oh, what a load of drivel. Must you still insist on sticking to this nonsense that you can't get by on Mike's salary alone? I know my son is more than capable of providing for the both of you, and you should be ashamed for suggesting otherwise. We've had this conversation about 1,000,000 times now, but yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. Well, it's not true! Oh, good grief. Why did I have to be the unfortunate mother-in-law who ended up with a daughter like you? Oh, I have the worst luck. And why do I have to be stuck with a mother-in-law who won't believe her son doesn't make enough money to support the household? Don't you remember the time I showed you my pay slips? What? How dare you get an attitude with me, young lady? If I carry on talking to you, I'm not going to have enough time to finish my lunch, so you'll have to excuse me.
Hey, Denise, you said something horrible to my mum, didn't you?
Horrible? What do you mean?
Well, apparently you ordered her to stop messaging you because you didn't want to talk to her on your lunch breaks at work. I know everything, so you better be straight with me. I know you disrespected my mum for standing up for me too. My mum might only be your mother-in-law, but that still makes her your mum. Mark my words, if you don't start being nice to her, there will be hell to pay. Start showing the proper respect.
Good grief. Is this what they mean when they say, it's not what you say, but how you say it? Sure, I did technically say those things, but I certainly didn't order her around or disrespect her. She's conveniently painting me as the villain while totally omitting all the other stuff she said first. And you fell for it hook, line, and sinker.
Oh, God damn you. My mum is not in the wrong here.
Sure, whatever you say. Ugh. How the hell did I make it through 12 years of this with you? I deserve a medal.
What's that supposed to mean?
Anyway, as things stand, I'm currently going through the final confirmations for the documents I'll be needing for tomorrow's meetings as we move into the last part of the business trip, which means I won't have the time to message you anymore.
Hey, stop right there. I'm still not done talking to you, bitch.
Denise, it would appear you've gone away on yet another business trip. Yes, that's right. And you'll be coming home the day after tomorrow? Yep. What are the chances of you being able to reschedule the rest of your business trip? That all depends on the situation here and what my boss says in the event that I request he let me go early. Is there some kind of problem? Nothing in particular. I just wanted confirmation first, that's all. First? Don't worry about it, darling. Forget I said anything. Goodbye. Mike? What's going on here?
Huh?
I just got home from my business trip. Not only did I come home to find that everything, including the furniture and the kitchen utensils, are gone, with only my things left behind. But there was also a signed set of divorce papers on the living room floor. What the hell is going on?
Exactly what you saw. But I've been thinking of divorcing you for a while now. So I discussed it with my mum, and I decided to kickstart my fresh start by moving out and getting a new place with her.
Wait, did you do this on purpose? You knew today was our 12th wedding anniversary, right?
Well, I guess you could say I did. The thought of divorcing you on our wedding anniversary was so hilarious I couldn't resist.
That doesn't explain why you did it. Is it safe to assume that if you left the divorce papers and moved out after talking it through with your mom, she was in favor of it all?
Boom. You hit the nail on the head.
I see. Right. Got it. I want to make it clear that you will be taking full responsibility for the necessary implications of the divorce.
Necessary? Implication? Wait, what the hell does that mean? Oh, do you mean the divorce papers? Oh, I don't know why you're so panicked, but you need to chill out. Don't worry, I made sure to sign them before I left. All you need to do is sign them yourself before taking them down to the county clerk's office, and we're done. I fulfilled my final responsibility to you when I signed those papers. Now, you should get your facts straight before you start trying to act cool. You have no power over me, so just accept it and hand in those papers.
There's one thing I want to ask you.
What?
How are you going to support yourself after we break up?
Huh?
Your mom doesn't work, right? You're going to be left to support your mom entirely on your own earnings. But how are you going to do it? I mean, you don't have to answer if you don't want to tell me, but I am kind of curious.
Ain't it obvious? Me and my mum still have my dad's inheritance, so whether you're around or not, don't make a damn bit of difference.
I see. I think I know what's happening now. Alright, just to get this straight. You're sure you want me to hand in these divorce papers, right?
Yes, that's why I signed them, moron. Get them handed in as quickly as possible so we can hurry up and put all this crap behind us.
I'll think about it. Denise, hello, you are home now, right? Me and my son won't be needing you around anymore. We're finished with you. You and him are getting a divorce. Wow. So it's your turn this time, huh, Marjorie? This time? Mike messaged me a little while ago about the divorce, as well as to inform me that he'd moved out of the house. Oh, he did? Well, in that case, I only have one thing to tell you. You left me no choice but to have Mike divorce you because you failed to have children. I figured the quicker we get rid of you, the quicker he can marry his new girlfriend. And believe me, she has much more traditional views on the world than you, and she's actually happy to fulfill her womanly role. Before long, I'll finally get to meet my grandkids. Oh, Mike found my replacement already? He must have told you himself, surely. You see, Delilah's already pregnant with Mike's baby, so we need to get the divorce finalized and get you out of the picture as quickly as possible, so he can marry her before my precious darling angel is born. Wow, I see. Do you mind if I ask you a question? What is it? How exactly do you plan on supporting yourself from now on? Huh? What do you mean? Mike's not going to be able to rely on my salary anymore once we divorce. I don't know whether this Delilah girl you just mentioned has a job or not. She was working when the two of them met, but I had her quit when they told me she was pregnant so she could focus on the household and fulfill her feminine duties in her new family. I see. So that means Mike's going to be supporting 3 people, soon to be 4, entirely on his salary? Yes, that's right. Are you sure this is really a good idea? Of course it is, otherwise we wouldn't be doing it. I know Mike makes a damn sight more money than you do, so we don't have a thing to worry about. Getting by on his salary will be a breeze. It pays to have a rich son, you know. A rich son? Are we talking about the same person here? You do know Mike doesn't make that much money, right? What on earth are you talking about? I remember that time you showed me your payslips. You make about $3,000 a month. And you told me he makes twice as much, right? I mean, Mike was always the breadwinner, so it makes perfect sense that he'd be earning significantly more than you. If he makes double, he must be making around $6,000 a month. Whoa, stop there. You've made a serious misunderstanding here. It's the opposite. Huh? I never said Mike makes twice as much as me. I said I make twice as much as him. What? To rephrase it simply, it's true that I do make $3,000 a month. But Mike makes half of that. He's on around $1,500 a month. Excuse me? You lived next door to us, Marjorie. How did you not realize? Did you seriously think your son makes 4 times as much as he actually does? How could you not notice? Mike switched jobs like it was no one's business, hardly ever managing to hold a single one down for more than a few months at a time. In the 12 years he and I have been married, he switched jobs 8 times. 8 times? Once, miraculously, he managed to carry on working the same job for a whopping 3 years, but that was the exception. In general, he'd work for 2 or 3 months at a time in between big gaps of being unemployed. It's only natural someone like that would struggle to increase their salary. That's why he was living off my salary so much of the time. What? No, this is insane. My own son, a sponging freeloader? Oh, why didn't you tell me earlier? Mike said he'd tell you himself, and to tell you the truth, I didn't think that it was my place to say anything, so I left it alone. Hang on, this doesn't add up. Wait a sec. If you're telling the truth and you really were the breadwinner this whole time, why would he divorce you? You don't bite the hand that feeds. It just doesn't make sense. Even if he did find himself another more traditional feminine woman, it doesn't matter if they don't have any money. Oh, goodness gracious me, there's no way my son could be this irresponsible. Based on his messages earlier, he seems pretty certain his dad's inheritance will be enough for them to get by on. Does that ring any bells? Huh? Inheritance? But we didn't get any inheritance! Right? That's what I thought. Obviously I didn't say that to Mike, because what would be the point? But I do seem to remember his dad having some seriously wasteful spending habits, so the idea of anything he left behind being enough to support a family of 4 on was dubious, to say the least. Anyway, don't you think it would be best to talk to Mike in person about this? It would appear you've both been sorely overestimating each other, and you, Marjorie, have become completely financially dependent on someone who's incapable of supporting you. What's more, a lack of honest, open discussion has allowed the whole thing to go on for so long that I doubt there's any way out that doesn't involve a heck of a lot of stress and hardship for both of you.
Hey, Denise, I've decided to give you one last chance.
Huh? Oh, wait, let me guess. Have you been speaking to your mom?
Yes, yeah, it just so happens I have. Listen up, because I'm about to tell you the results of our conversation.
I'd rather you didn't.
Are you ready to hear it? I'm about to tell you the one and only way you can escape the painful prospect of divorcing me and keep me as your man, now and forever. Give me and my mum your entire salary. Basically, me and my mum will be managing the household finances from here on out. We've kindly decided to give you $100 a month because we wouldn't want to leave you hanging out to dry or anything, so you can use that to get by on. If you agree to these conditions, I promise not to divorce you, and I'll tell you my new address.
Wow, I see. You mean you'd let me have a whole $100 of my own money? Oh, you really are generous, Mike.
If you want to keep me as your husband, you're going to let me treat you like my personal ATM.
I'm moving to Japan, so that ain't gonna happen.
Huh? Japan? What the heck are you talking about? Like, I knew you liked manga, but this is taking it too far. Explain. Now.
My boss has been making subtle hints about wanting me to go on a several-year work transfer at our company's Japanese branch for a while now. And to be honest, until recently, I wasn't sure whether I should take him up on the offer. But with you suddenly springing divorce on me and moving house with your mom, I knew that my time to visit the land of the rising sun had come.
What in God's name? You're going to Japan?
Yes, well done, Mike. You can read. Anyway, that's why today I told my boss I've decided to take him up on his offer of a work transfer to Japan.
Oh my God.
He asked me if I'd be willing to go under the assumption I'd be staying at least for a few years, to which I replied yes. So I imagine I'll only be coming back to the States for birthdays and Christmases for the foreseeable future.
Oh my God, I can't believe this. Seriously, Denise, what the hell? Why didn't you tell me before? Wait. The divorce papers, did you? Did you do it?
Yep, I stopped by the county clerk's office on my way to work this morning.
No, wait. Oh, you have to be kidding me. Oh, God damn it. Ugh. But my mum told me that my dad's inheritance doesn't even exist. We were supposed to be living off of that. How the hell are me and my mum supposed to get by now?
Oh, that reminds me, I almost forgot. You'll be paying me compensation for cheating on me. Expect to be contacted by my lawyer in the coming days.
Compensation? Wait, what? What? Why?
Oopsie. Looks like you got found out. I know you did your best to hide it, but I've been suspicious about you screwing other girls behind my back for a very long time now. Eventually, I started collecting evidence. Can you believe your mom even brought up one of your lovers in our conversation yesterday? How careless. I wonder how loyal Delilah will turn out to be when the bill arrives.
Holy heck. What in the Lord Jesus' name have you done?
I burst out laughing when her name came up. I thought you and your mom would be a little more, well, coordinated since you get along so well. Anyway, we'll be doing everything else through my lawyer, because, to be honest, I'm sick to death of speaking to you. We're nothing but strangers now. Goodbye.
No, Denise, don't do this, Denise. This is the biggest mistake you'll ever make.
Denise, hello? A signed for parcel from you just arrived at my house. How did you find out our new address? Explain yourself. You're squatting in the abandoned house that belongs to your late husband's brother, aren't you? What the? I got an angry message about how my husband and mother-in-law had moved in without permission. Oh my God, he knows too? When I explained the circumstances, he agreed that there was nothing we could do until the situation gets resolved, and with that, he agreed to help me. Until the situation gets resolved? Help you? What's that supposed to mean? It's about the package that just arrived at the house you're illegally trespassing in. To put it simply, hurry up and pay me my compensation for the affair, is what it says. Compensation? Mike cheated on me, which means I have the right to ask for compensation. Delilah already paid her share, so I suggest Mike hurries up and gets this over with sooner rather than later. Say what now? Apparently Mike lured her in with the promise of his dad's inheritance, which he later found out doesn't actually exist. When she found out he didn't have any money, she told him she lied about the pregnancy and promptly blocked him and moved back out to the countryside. The pregnancy was a lie? Oh, but that means my grandchild! Yep, it doesn't exist. Oh my God. Oh, Denise, listen to me. Oh, darling. You need to get back with Mike. Oh, that's right. Patch things up and move back in together. I hereby officially give you my permission. Actually, I'm gonna have to pass on that one. You see, I'm going to Japan. Japan? Wow, would you look at that? There goes that chronic lack of communication again. I did already tell Mike about this, you know? For a mother and son who get along so well, you sure don't seem to talk about anything. What am I supposed to do if that darn stubborn blockhead doesn't tell me anything? It's not my fault. Well, to be honest with you, Marjorie, explaining the entire situation to you again doesn't sound all that appealing. So feel free to go right ahead and ask Mike. Denise, please. Oh, please don't do this. This is the biggest mistake you'll ever make. Goodbye. And that was the story of how I divorced my husband and decided to move to Japan. I got temporarily transferred to Company HQ in advance of my trip, where I'm currently making my preparations with plans to depart for Japan 6 months from now. When I told my parents, who lived out in the countryside, they joked that they were going to sell their house and come with me, while supporting themselves by working in a hedgehog cafe in Tokyo. And it turns out they were half serious, because they did actually sell the house, and their tickets are now officially booked. My company provided me with temporary accommodation until my departure, where me, my mom, and my dad are all living together now. Which made it all the more hilarious when my ex-husband and mother-in-law, having just been forced to pay me a hefty sum in compensation, attempted to launch an attack on my parents' old house after they'd moved out. Apparently, they were struggling to get by with no money and came to demand I pay them back the compensation. But they got arrested when a neighbor called the cops on them for wrecking the garden and kicking down the front door. The new owner of the house, who was about to start renovating it, was naturally pretty upset by the whole thing, so he took them to court. And with that, the terrible two were forced to pay even more compensation. Last I heard, Mike and Marjorie were both working like dogs to pay off their debt repayments after being disowned by their entire family.
Hey, Lisa. I just got off the train.
Okay, I hope you have a good trip. I know it's probably too late now, but you didn't forget anything, right?
Nope, all good. I checked a whole 5 times before I left. Believe me. There was no way I was gonna let myself forget anything. Are you guys gonna be alright while I'm not around? I can't help but worry about the idea of leaving my wife and son on their own while I go off on a business trip to Seattle. I want you to contact me immediately if anything happens. Don't worry about bothering me at all, okay?
You worry too much. You might be going away on business, but it's only a week. Plus, Liam's 6 now. He's not in diapers anymore. We'll be fine. If anything, it should be me worrying about you. Make sure you don't go getting wrapped up in any accidents or catching any colds, alright? Make sure you cook for yourself as much as possible, too. We can't have you going out wasting the family finances on lavish meals with the company, Mr. Wolf of Wall Street.
I get it. Jeez, woman. Thanks for thinking of me, though. Okay, I'll see you in a week then. Don't have too much fun without me. If anything happens, your mom lives just around the corner, so I think you'll be just fine. But there are all kinds of weirdos hanging around these days, so just be careful. Okay, babe?
Okay, I will. Good luck with work. You're gonna smash it out of the park, honey. Liam said bye, too. Take care.
See you next week.
Stan, pick up. This is bad. You need to answer or call me now. This is urgent.
Glenda, what's up? Sorry, I just saw I had some missed calls from you. I'm away on business in Seattle right now. I had my phone on silent because I've been in a lot of meetings since we got here, so I didn't notice.
Forget that. This is bad. Your house is on fire.
What? On fire?
One of the neighbors' houses caught fire. It spread to yours and Lisa's place in the blink of an eye. Before anyone knew it, the entire building was up in flames. The entire street's full of fire trucks, and they're doing their best to put it out. But it spread so quickly, half the street's on fire.
What about Lisa and Liam? They're safe, right? Tell me they're safe!
Liam's safe. He told me he made a run for it out the back door as soon as he realized what was going on. Rachel from next door found him wandering around outside and brought him to me. He's a little shaken up, but doesn't have any injuries.
My God. I'm so relieved.
But I haven't been able to get through to Lisa. She's not answering my calls.
What?
I've been calling her non-stop, but nothing. Rachel said she didn't see her either. So me and Liam walked back around to look for her. She's nowhere to be seen. I asked him if he knew where his mommy was. But he just said he doesn't know. It's hard to believe she'd leave little Liam on his own. And go out on her own at this time. I hate to see this, but God forbid. Could she still be inside?
Oh my God. I'm coming home immediately.
But aren't you in Seattle right now, Stanley? Will the company let you come home in the middle of a business trip?
I can't sit twiddling my thumbs in a business meeting while my house is burning down and my wife is missing. I'll be on the next plane out of here. Glenda, can you keep trying to call her in the meantime? We have to get through to her somehow. Please keep your eye on Liam for me until I get back too. Okay?
Of course I will. I'll keep him at mine and your father-in-law's house. He's welcome to stay as long as you need him to. Please, try not to lose your head, Stan. I understand this is hard, but we have to keep it together for Lisa. She's probably fine. I'm sure she'll show up at any moment now.
Thank you so much, Glenda. I'm gonna get home as fast as humanly possible. You're right. We have to keep it together for Lisa.
Stay strong, Stan. Everything is going to be okay.
Lisa, please get in touch with me as soon as you see this. Even if it's just a one-word reply, or you can just leave a message unread. Anything. Tell me you're safe. Please!
Hey, Stan, I hope the business trip's going well. Is everything okay? I just checked my phone and saw about 1 million missed calls. You surprised me. I fell asleep on the sofa while watching TV last night. I think I must have been super tired. Anyway, what's up? Did you want to hear my voice 'cause you miss me? You're so cute.
Huh? Lisa? Huh? What the hell?
What do you mean, what the hell? Why are you acting all weird, Stan? You're scaring me.
Huh? This makes no sense. What's going on? Are you safe?
Of course I am. You really have a nervous temperament, don't you? I've never met someone this bad before.
Are you lying to me? Is this really Lisa? I don't. Lisa, I need you to tell me. Where are you right now? You have no idea how much I've been worrying about you. Where are you?
Where? I'm at the house, obviously. Where else would I be? I'm here with Liam.
What? You're inside the house? How is that possible?
How is it possible? Well, we're kinda just here. I just cooked us breakfast. That boy sure loves his pancakes. I'm thinking of taking him out to do a spot of morning shopping around 9.
No. Just wait a sec. What? You're telling me that you and Liam are inside of our house right now? The two of you are there together?
Duh, obviously. How many times do I need to repeat myself? He's been with me the whole morning. He's so lively today. What a little ball of energy.
That's impossible. You're lying. You have to be. What you're saying just isn't possible.
Huh? Lying? What do you mean?
That you and Liam are together inside the house is a lie, isn't it? I don't know what your intentions are here, but you're lying. Why are you lying to me, Lisa? Where are you for real? Just give me the truth. Because whatever you're trying to do, it's not gonna work.
What are you talking about? You've lost me here, honey. Why would you doubt me like this? Are you finding the business trip too stressful? Are you feeling okay? You should get some rest. You're not thinking straight. I told you like 50 times. I'm at the house with Liam.
We don't have a house anymore.
Excuse me? We don't have a house? What does that even mean?
Our house burned down last night. Not just our house either. The neighbors too. Apparently, half the street was on fire. There were fire trucks everywhere.
What? A fire? Is Liam okay?
Liam's fine. He escaped on his own. And Rachel from next door found him wandering outside and took him to your mom's. I'm with him at her house right now. Miraculously, no one was injured. The only damage was to property.
Oh my god! I'm so relieved.
I cut my business trip short, bought the first plane ticket available, and made it home in the early hours. Anyway, now you know there's no point in lying to me anymore. Where are you? It's pretty evident that you're not home like you claim to be.
Well...
Where did you need to go that was important enough to leave our son completely on his own? Why has no one been able to get in touch with you until now? What were you doing this whole time?
Well, the thing is... I was at Louise's place. You know Louise, my old classmate? She called and invited me to catch up over some drinks. I didn't think there would be any harm in just dropping by for an hour or two, so I agreed to go. I did intend to be back before midnight, and Liam is old enough to look after himself now. He's a big boy and very mature for his age. I thought it would be fine. But, well, I drank a little more than I intended to, and I was so tired from having Liam on my own all day that I fell asleep. That's why I didn't notice all those missed calls from you and my mom. I only just woke up. Which is why I panicked and lied. I wouldn't have imagined in a million years that the house would burn down.
Come on, Lisa. If you're gonna tell me a lie, could you come up with something more convincing than this half-baked pile of crap?
I'm not lying!
Louise, your old classmate just stopped by to check if you were okay. She said she heard about the fire on the news and recognized the house.
She did?
When you pile lies on top of lies, they soon come tumbling down. Now tell me where you are. Aside from Louise, a lot of your other friends showed up because they were worried about you after seeing it on the news. But not a single one of them has a clue where you are.
Well...
Just hurry up and come out with it already. And make sure it's the truth this time. You leave our son on his own late at night while I'm away for a week on business? You ignore mine and your mom's calls and messages. Then you go back home the next morning? Your behavior is so weird that even the dumbest, most gullible, most naive guy on the planet would be suspicious of you at this point. Tell me, what were you really doing?
Shut up, Stan! It's not like I'm the only one having an affair, is it? I know about you.
Huh? You're accusing me of having an affair? And when you say, not the only one, That basically means you just admitted that you're cheating on me! I knew it! How dare you leave our son all on his own late at night to go on some seedy little tryst with some other man? You're a disgrace. Marrying you was the biggest mistake of my life.
Oh, that's rich coming from you. That's my line. I mean, isn't it obvious? This little business trip of yours was just an excuse for you to cheat on me for a week with your lover, wasn't it? You used the fact that your company does business internationally as an excuse to get away for a week to go on a lover's holiday.
What the heck? Do you have a single shred of evidence to back up that ridiculous claim?
I don't have any evidence because you're as sly and cunning as they come, but I know I'm right. My boyfriend told me. He said, which self-respecting company goes on business trips that only last a week? Which means you're lying. He said you were definitely going on a lover's holiday. That's the only reason I went on holiday with him. This is all your fault.
These are some Olympic-level mental gymnastics. Do you seriously think I would do that? I'm not cheating on you, and I never would. This week away wasn't a lover's holiday. It was a goddamn order from my boss! Why don't you give my company a call and hear it for yourself? They'll be more than happy to confirm it.
You think that's gonna work with me? I know your boss is in on it. Don't think you can pull the wool over my eyes by conspiring with your company. You're cheating on me, I'm sure of it.
Wait a sec. So you just said you went on holiday. Does that mean you left Liam on his own for days? Tell me you wouldn't do that. Tell me it was just last night.
I went on holiday with my boyfriend the same day you went on your lover's getaway, you slimy two-timing rat. Liam's already 6, which means he is more than capable of looking after himself. God, would you stop treating our son like a baby? I left a few days' worth of food for him in the fridge, which I made very clear he was to eat while I was away. Do you want our son to be entirely dependent on us his whole life? Stop being so overprotective. He has to grow up sometime, you know.
He's 6 years old, you freaking lunatic! What the hell did you plan on doing if anything happened to him while you were gone? Liam is not already 6, he's still 6. Which means he's a child! He's not safe on his own at home without anyone there to watch him! Besides, I say if anything happened, but let's face it, that's kind of redundant because the goddamn house burned down! Who leaves a small child on his own to go on holiday with their lover for an entire week? Are you a complete moron?
Shut up, Stan. I'm sick of your whining. Why did the house have to burn down? You never would have found out if not for that.
You're the most despicable human I've ever encountered. I feel like I've been living with a lie all these years, and I'm finally seeing the real you. We're getting a divorce.
Fine, I want a divorce too. However, don't think you and your lover are getting out of paying me compensation. I'm owed it. I want $60,000. Make sure you get it ready for me because you will be paying.
Are you actually insane? Like, mentally ill, but for real? I don't have a lover. And I most definitely won't be paying you a single cent of compensation. You seem to be conveniently forgetting the small matter of you being the one who's cheating on me. The only one who'll be paying for compensation is you.
No, I won't. When a man cheats, it's much worse than when a woman cheats. You can't compare the two. They're totally different. The woman is the one who receives compensation. She doesn't pay it.
Gender is irrelevant, you idiot. Cheating is cheating. The cheater is in the wrong in all cases. whether they're a man or a woman.
Stop talking crap. You're the one in the wrong here, and this is all your fault. I'll be taking full custody of Liam, and I'll see to it you never get to see him again. Oh, you will be paying child support, though.
Oh, you think so, do you? You really think I'm gonna leave my 6-year-old son in the hands of some unhinged lunatic who leaves him on his own to go on a holiday with her lover so she can cheat on his dad for a week? I'll be taking custody of Liam. You'll be hearing from my lawyer about the divorce proceedings and the compensation claim. As for the latter, so will your boyfriend.
If you think you've got what it takes to take me on, you better come at me with everything you've got, because I won't hold back either. Mark my words, you two-timing rat. It's the norm for the mother to take custody of the child. That's common knowledge, and you're delusional if you think otherwise. You're the one who's going to end up embarrassed in front of the whole court, not me. I'm sure we'll find proof of your affair as soon as we start looking, so you may as well not even bother fighting. Just give up.
I'm starting to believe you lack basic self-awareness. You won't get away with this. Prepare yourself for what's coming, because it won't be pretty. That evening, Lisa went back to her mom's house and yelled, "Bring Stan and Liam out here this instant," at the top of her voice. But her mom was prepared, because I already told her all about the affair. So instead of a sympathetic ear, Lisa met with the unharnessed rage of her furious mother, who sent her on her way with her tail between her legs. The next day, I hired a good lawyer, and I had him send Lisa and her lover the compensation claim. She insisted to the very end that I was in fact the one cheating on her, and that it was my fault that she and her boyfriend left my son alone to go on holiday. But due to a complete lack of evidence for her claims, her attempts to turn things around on me failed miserably. With the finalization of the divorce, I won custody of Liam, in what may have been the quickest decision in legal history, on top of compensation and regular child support payments. Of course, I did some research on her lover boyfriend, and had my lawyer send him a compensation claim too. Lisa was disowned by her parents, and told never to contact them again, at which point she ended up having nowhere to go but her lover's place. I heard they're struggling big time to keep up with the compensation and child support payments they owe. And they're now up to their necks in debt, and constantly trying to pin the blame on each other. As for me and Liam, we moved to a new apartment nearby, and are currently in the process of starting our new lives together. As always, Glenda, my mother-in-law, continues to play a big part in Liam's life. She absolutely adores him, and his face lights up whenever he hears she's coming over, because he knows it means he'll get spoiled. Me and my son are gonna go at it as a two-man team.